I just want someone to tell me what to do and I'll do it. I hear it every week from smart, driven business owners who've done the work. They've hired the coaches, bought the courses, tried the templates, and still they're stuck with a business that feels like a tangled, hot mess of to dos instead of a clear path to growth. So here's the truth. Most strategies don't fail because they're bad. They fail because they were never built for you in the first place. You've been handed frameworks designed for someone else's goals, personality, audience, and told to just trust the process. But that's not strategy, that's sabotage. Because there's a huge difference between following a plan and having a strategy that was built around you from the very start. One that makes growth inevitable, one that becomes your North Star guiding every offer, decision, and next move, and one that keeps working even when the market shifts. And that kind of strategy, it's not a Notion doc, it's not a funnel, it's a full spectrum holistic system designed to grow with you and not without you. That's what we're unpacking in today's episode. You'll walk away knowing exactly why most strategies stall out, even the proven ones, what a personalized foolproof strategy actually looks like, and how to create what we call a true north strategy that allows you to build and create results not just now, but years from now. So if you want to scale your business with clarity, intention, and sustainability, this is where it starts. Now let's get into it. Now, hey, and welcome back to the Business Real Talk. Last week, we talked about what's working right now to attract and convert high-ticket clients in 2025 and beyond. Now, we broke down how premium clients are making decisions differently, why traditional tactics just don't work anymore. But even if you know what works, if you don't have the right strategy to guide you, it's going to stall. So this week, it's about the real engine behind sustainable growth, your true north strategy, the kind of strategy that drives aligned action, scales with ease, and gives you back your time, energy, and sanity. Because let's be honest, you didn't start your business to build a full-time job that you hate. You've already busted your ass to build a successful business. You've got the clients and momentum, but you want more so that you can crack that first or next $500,000 revenue in your business without stacking 3 new offers and 4 new team members just to get there. And you want to take June off to travel Europe with your family and come home to a business that didn't fall apart in your absence. And you want to have your next 6 months or a year mapped out with decisions that feel aligned and obvious, not just hope this works guesses. And you want to build towards your next level without sacrificing your health, your time, your vision just to hit some arbitrary revenue goal. See, that doesn't happen with a glorified to-do list. It happens with strategy that's holistic and personalized and designed to grow with you. So let's break this down and start with the biggest misconceptions that most business owners fall into. They think that a business strategy is about what to do. So they buy someone's blueprint, they reverse engineer a successful launch, they follow advice that doesn't fit their strengths, and then they wonder, why isn't it working? Because it's not designed for you, around you, and with all the necessary pieces that work and grow together. See, it's kind of like planting a garden with random seeds and no understanding of your climate, your soil, your sunlight. It's chaotic, and you're practically guessing at what's going to happen next, which leaves you with a bunch of dead plans and wasted effort. The same goes for your business strategy. No one wants to pour more time, money, and energy into a strategy that doesn't pan out or doesn't work for you. Now, without understanding your own growth conditions, you're just executing tactics and hoping that something sticks. And that leads to hiring people that don't align, offers that feel off, a calendar packed in a to-do list that is endless, yet you're left trying to feel like you're barely treading water, growth that plateaus because you're stuck in a cycle of reactive decisions and short-term fixes. And that's where most business owners get stuck. They keep searching for the right tactic. What they really need is the right direction. Because when you don't have a clear strategy guiding the big picture of what you're doing, every move feels like a guess. That's why you need a strategy that acts as your true north, this unwavering force that shapes every decision, every direction, and every action you take. So you know what to do, when to do it, and how to do it, and having the clarity and peace of mind to know how to adapt when things change without losing momentum or direction. It's how you take control of your success and build a strategy that actually works instead of chasing a moving target. So let's break down the 3 essential parts of creating your true north strategy. The first step is identifying your big vision goals. See, you're not likely to get in a car with a stranger and let them drive you around for several hours with no idea where you're going. But same goes for your business. This is the destination destination, the deeper why that guides your offers, your voice, your leadership. Because you didn't start your business just to make money. You started it to make something matter. Maybe it's changing the way that we define mental health. Maybe it's redefining what leadership looks like for women over 40 in the workplace. Or maybe it's breaking generational cycles and rewriting the rules of how people live, work, and thrive. That's your big vision goal. It's the deeper mission behind the business, the ripple effect that you're here to create. So it's not just, I want to hit $500,000 this year. It's, I want to lead a global movement that changes how we see mental health so people stop treating burnout like a badge of honor and start prioritizing true well-being. Adding $500,000 is simply the side effect. Big vision goals clarify the why, and that clarity changes everything. Because when you know what you're really building towards, you make better decisions. You create offers that serve that purpose. You attract clients who align with that vision, and you stop chasing trends and start building a legacy with intention. Without this, you're chasing milestones. With it, you're moving with meaning. This is the foundation of your true north strategy and the filter that every next decision follows through. So ask yourself this: what's the deeper change you're here to lead? What's the bigger conversation, the belief or shift that you want your work to stand for, even beyond your offers or your income? Because when you anchor your business to that, you stop building for quick wins and you start building for impact that lasts. That's the power of identifying your big vision goals. So now that we understand that, we want to understand that often the biggest reason for strategy failure or fatigue is that it wasn't built with the big vision in mind. So next is we want to be able to create a personalized roadmap that takes that big vision into mind. So this is where the how gets aligned to you. So most entrepreneurs are running someone else's playbook, right? And wondering why it's feeling so off. We've all been there before. But the true North strategy builds your roadmap with two key components in mind. Number one, the foundational principles of growth. Now, these are those non-negotiables that your business has to be built on. Things like messaging, positioning, marketing, sales, delivery, visibility, the things that aren't optional, right? They're essential to your business growth. But how you execute them, that's where personalization comes in. So the first piece of the puzzle is understanding that we want to create a foundational principle of growth. Then we want to customize that around you. So that's where we take into consideration your energy, your values, your goals, your delivery preferences. It's the difference between following someone else's plan and building a path that fits you. So a great example is my client, Sarah, who came to me having spent $50,000 on a coach only to be told to send out cold emails and post more. A strategy that had worked for that coach, but it didn't work for Sarah. Why? Because Sarah was adamantly against cold emails and she hated writing them, and being on social media was slowly killing her. So sure, she took those necessary steps, but her results were nowhere near what the coach had gotten or what they had even promised her. So when she landed on a Zoom call with me, she was hesitant with good reason because she was tired of wasting time and money to feel like she had to start all over again every time she realized it wasn't what she needed. So on our first call, we sat down, we mapped out an entire strategy that Sarah loved. So instead of cold emails that made her cringe, we built a strategy around guesting on podcasts, something that Sarah loved doing. Instead of posting 10 times a week on social media, we found a way for her team to take each of those guest podcast episodes and turn them into social media content that they could post for her and drive people to her bingeable series. Her strategy worked because it was built around her, with the foundational elements fully covered, but tailored to how she naturally showed up best. So Sarah was getting the outcomes that she wanted, but she had a strategy that worked for her and with her. This is where strategy shines. It's when clients come to me, I don't just hand them a blueprint and tell them, get to work. We build the principal elements around you. It's why I have clients who come back 12 years later and they're happily still using the strategies and systems we built. It's why you don't see hundreds of clones of me and my work, because we didn't just slap together the same thing that worked for me and expect it to work for them. We build strategies for them and around them. So when clients come to me, I get to know them, their goals, their lifestyle, so we can develop around that. But it's not just about setting it and forgetting it, right? We understand that business changes and people change and goals change. And that's where the third piece of the puzzle is strategic alignment checkpoints. This is where we ensure each step feeds your personal and business checkpoints. So these are those moments that we pause, we assess, we realign based on how your needs have shifted and how your market's needs have shifted, so that you're able to adapt and keep moving forward because you've built a strategy that works for you and takes into consideration every single step of the way. But it's also understanding that growth isn't linear. linear. So if you don't build in these checkpoints, you end up wildly off course before you've ever realized it. And we've all experienced it, right? Where we've been selling an offer that we hate, or we've been talking to an audience that just doesn't get it anymore and we've outgrown. Those are all things that really allow us to overcome when we've had and created strategic alignment checkpoints. So these happen in every area of your business. For example, in delivery, you might ask yourself, is the way I'm delivering results still sustainable for me and exciting for my clients, or am I just burning out? And when we're looking at market fit strategic checkpoints, we might say, has my ideal client's biggest problems or experiences shifted? And is my messaging still meeting them where they are? Or in revenue alignment, we might say, am I hitting my financial goals and working in a way that feels good? Or is the path to those numbers draining me? And maybe you're asking yourself, is my strategy built for who I was or who I'm becoming? And what part of my business feels the most out of sync right now? And what is it trying to tell me? Because I want you to understand, if you had to start your business from scratch today, what would you choose to keep exactly the same? What would you change? What would you wish was different? And I want you to ask yourself, am I building the business I really want, or the one that I think I should want? Because the best strategy doesn't cage you in. It gives you the freedom and flexibility to evolve and grow with a structure that can adapt with you. And again, growth isn't linear, and neither is your strategy. This is the difference between building a business that needs you to manually steer every single turn and one that keeps moving, growing, and executing without burning you out. Your true north strategy isn't just another launch plan. It's not just content. It's a living, breathing framework that aligns your mission, your direction, and your execution. It gives you clarity, confidence, and control. And when you build holistically around you, it becomes timeless. So to give you a good example, when my clients come into me, we apply the base principles, those non-negotiables of having messaging that speaks to high intent clients. We create the positioning that speaks to your innovative advantage and create that methodology around it. And then we develop bingeable systems that drive decisions for your clients. But the way those things get applied, the way it looks for each individual, the concepts and the mechanisms and the tactics that we use behind them are all different and unique to them. So everyone's version can look completely different and be built in a way that really suits their needs. So I've used this example before, but my client Misty, who's incredible at what she does, has been able to scale her business because she uses in-person networking, something she enjoys doing, and then drives people to a short call and then allows them to book into her next step into her business. But my client Sarah, on the other hand, uses, again, podcast guesting. My other client Sandy uses blogs that she posts on other people's blogs. All of those are different mechanisms that we use to apply the core concepts, but we do that around you. So every piece of your strategy should be built around you, your market, the things that you need. And this is just one part of the EZS method, because we want to look at building and developing a full strategy ecosystem that helps your leads sell themselves and allows your business to scale with sustainability. And the EZS method comes down to three key pieces, and it starts with winning the market. See, your best clients, the ones who are ready to buy right now, aren't looking for another take on the same thing. They're searching for a breakthrough that makes them say, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I've been waiting for. So while most businesses are fighting for attention or trying to outmarket the rest, smart experts are making their competition irrelevant. So we use our innovative gap methodology to help you uncover and articulate what makes your work truly innovative. We do this by pinpointing the gaps in the market that only you can fill. So this is how you find your blue ocean, the space that only you can fill. Create a way where you're not just one option, you're the only option for high intent buyers. And instead of chasing and convincing, you create demand where high end clients seek you out and instantly see your value and invest without hesitation. This step alone allows my clients to 5 to 10x their prices and have clients lining up to work with them. Now, the next step is turning your innovative method into a bingeable decision system. Think of how Netflix gets you to sit down, binge watch an entire series without taking any breaks, and you become a diehard fan. Now, imagine your buyers are doing that with you, where they binge their way through your sales system, and with every episode, they become obsessed, selling themselves on you every single step of the way. We call this the bingeable decision system, and it works because it mirrors the natural decision process everyone goes through, so buyers are able to binge their way through your sales system, coming out so eager, so ready to work with you that they beg to get on your calendar and join your program. No more chasing, no more months of back and forth, and feeding your audience so much content your brain hurts. Just a simple system that gets your leads to sell themselves. Now, the third and final piece is about delivering on the promise you made. See, sustainable businesses understand that marketing alone is not enough. You have to be able to deliver on your promise and create raving fans. This is why we've built our happy client machine, the systematic approach to delivering world-class results for your clients at scale without being fully reliant on you. So you have clients who are singing your praises to anyone they meet while also being able to actually enjoy your life. This is the power behind the EZS method, where you're able to build your business systems, strategies, and innovation to take your industry and the world by storm so you become the most talked about and bought from experts. So if you're an action taker and you want to see how the EZS method can be applied inside of your business, I want to invite you to book and apply your growth optimization call. On this call, you and I, we're going to sit down. We're going to review your approach to how you get consistent clients, and I'll specifically share how to position your work so people are chasing you down. And I'll show you how the ECS method can be applied so that we can turn your expertise into a bingeable masterpiece. So if you're ready to apply for your call, head on over to ezsleads.com/call. If you're new around here, first of all, welcome. I'm so excited to have you. If you want to learn more about how the Netflix effect works to get your leads to sell themselves, I want to invite you to check out our on-demand mini-series that shows the 3 steps of how we actually leverage the Netflix effect to get your leads to sell themselves. So head on over to thenetflixeffect.com. Now, I want you to walk away from today's episode understanding that the right strategy is one that's built around you, that's holistic, that works and guides your actions, not just now, but for years to come. And it's one that adapts with your business and with the shifts in your market and in your personality and even in your goals. So if you've walked away from today and you've had a shift in the way you think, and you've started to realize and had this aha moment of what it really takes to build a successful business using a true north strategy, I would love and appreciate if you could take just 1 minute out of your already busy day to rate, subscribe, and share this episode with a friend. But until next time, here's to keeping it real.